Welcome to Digital Academy. Today you're gonna start a new scene. As the first menu to show up in the program is the first menu to start a new scene. You will hit new to start a new scene. If you open the program lately, you will find any project you didn't save. Let's say I will start a new project by new scene. Left side menu is the selection tool. Selection tool, move and rotate and scaling tool. In the upper shelf you will find poly modeling tool. Left side menu, these tools you are using to apply modification on this polygon tool. Let's say I will create a sphere and then select, then I will head into the poly shelf model and create another object. Then you can move it by dragging to the side. You can manage the left side tools by holding shortcuts on the keyboard Q, W, E, and R for select, move, rotate, and scale, or you can choose it from the left side. And you can click on any object inside the scene. Any object inside the scene you can rotate around by holding Alt and left mouse click to navigate inside the scene. Any object contain a sub-component like vertex, edges, and faces. Any great object created by different subcomponents. You can navigate by holding right click. Right click and holding you will find object mode, edge, vertex, and faces. You can select any subcomponent by holding right mouse click and navigate to the subcomponent mode. Then I will head to the left side menu and choose different selection tool. You can use this tool as a selection of a group of tools. You can drag around any group of objects you want to select them together. Or you can select a subcomponent by this tool. Let's say I need to select the vertex inside this sphere. You can use this selection tool to select a component, a subcomponent inside the object. I navigate around by scrolling the mouse, or you can press Alt on keyboard and right mouse click to navigate. You can pan side to side by pressing Alt on keyboard and middle mouse click. Then I navigate to the selection tool on the left side. This is the moving tool. Moving tool, you will find the three arrows for the three different dimension. You can press any arrow to move it to the side, to the up and down. You can hold right mouse click and select different faces of the object. It's a subcomponent of an object. Then you apply movement. Any motion you apply, it drag around the sides and make modification on the polygons. Just you head to the subcomponents mode and select the part you want to move and head into the selection tool on the left side. This tool is the rotation tool. Allow you to rotate any object you have selected. I will go to the object mode by holding right mouse and rotate the whole object. If I want to move a subcomponent, then I go to subcomponent mode. The last one is the scaling tool. Scaling tool allow you to increase or decrease the size of any shape you have selected. Let's say I want to increase this sphere, increase the size from the sides or the top or right or left. Or you can increase the size from the center if you want a homogeneous increasing. Let's say I will increase the size. You can use any tools on the sides to increase it at 2 dimensions at the same time. This is square, blue square, increase it on anterior and the left side together. If you want a precise increase, use only and dragging one side of the scaling tool. You can increase the size of the object or you can increase parts of the side of an object. Let's say I will create this torus. You can navigate by different tools by using shortcuts W, Q, and E and R. You can use this Q to select, and you can use W for moving tool, R for scaling tool, and E for rotation. Any tool you can find it by dragging the mouse, you will find its shortcut. I will select this torus and move it away from the scene and move this sphere, delete it, and I will delete this object. I need only a single object to apply different modification and application of moving and selecting tool. Let's say I will head into different shape. You can right click and choose different shape from this menu. You can right click and let's say I choose helix. I will rotate it by 3 lines, the blue, red, and green, for movement and rotation in the 3 different dimensions, X, Y, and Z. Any tool you can select, it has 3 handles. Each handle apply modification in different dimension. Let's say I want some modification of rotation and the scaling. You can scale it from the left side, upper side, or you can drag it and move it in any direction. Let's say I will increase its size by dragging the scaling tool. You can navigate around by scaling and choose different one by using shortcut on keyboard. You don't have to go to the left side menu and double click by mouse or left click. You just press W on keyboard or Q and E on R. You can navigate around by pressing Alt on keyboard and scrolling by mouse, left mouse click while holding Alt on keyboard, or you can hold Alt and right mouse click for navigate or middle click for pan side to side, up and down. Just holding Alt on keyboard and then press left mouse, right mouse and middle mouse click. Any object inside the scene, you can select it by pressing left mouse click and press F on keyboard to frame it inside the scene. You can just select the object and frame it. Left side menu here you will find the different perspective view and frontal and top and side to side view. Allow you to see different angle from different camera. Each scene have 4 different views. Top view, right and side, and perspective view to allow freely movement around the object. If you want a precise creation and precise modification, you will navigate around the different views. Just press spacebar on keyboard as a shortcut or navigate around by the mouse and press spacebar to increase its size. If you want to apply modification on perspective view, just move the mouse around and press the spacebar menu. When you're holding the spacebar, you will find 4 different views and you can choose from. I will navigate around this side. You can see I can see the different view from this perspective view. I can choose 2 different sides or can choose 4 different sides. You can see each view have a different angle you can see the object. If I see from top view, if I see from right view, you will see the different arrangement. Any object on the right side and together with the left side object, you can navigate from perspective view or you can see only from single angle. Let's say I will hold down right click and start to choose subcomponent, let's say vertex. I will select different vertex by holding shift on keyboard, then try moving tool. Moving tool, why I selected different vertex, apply modification on the shape. You will press and hold down right click and let's select edge mode. You can select different edges by holding shift on keyboard, then apply the modification by selection, moving and rotation tool. Let's say I will select this edges and move it to the side. It drags the borders that are connected inside the subcomponent of this object. Let's say I will head to object mode. Object mode allow you to apply modification at the core whole object as the single unit. It will move and rotate and scale the object as a whole unit. And if I want to navigate around a subcomponent, just right mouse click and navigate in face and vertex mode. These modes also for selection, you don't need to use them, but basically you will need to know the subcomponent like edge, faces and vertex and object mode of course. When you head to faces, you can select any different faces. You can select a group of faces by holding shift on the keyboard and moving the mouse around. By left mouse click, you can select a different one and then using the arrow to apply modification on the movement. Let's say here I am using the moving tool. So I move parts of an object. So I can apply modification by moving rotation and the scaling of any subcomponent of the object I have selected. Let's say I will select these parts and move them away. Let's say I will move it down, move it up. You can see any subcomponent you have application of movement, apply modification for the object. Let's say I will navigate around the subcomponent. These tools, by holding right mouse click, you will find different tool like selection, select all the object inside the scene. You can try different one, try to navigate around to see different overview of what the tool you can have. The most important one is assign a new material. If you want to apply a new material of any object you've created, it's like the coloring, the texturing, the material that contain the whole color of an object. You can move and select by pressing shortcuts Q, W, and E and R. You can navigate around by holding Alt. You can create different polygon presets from this shelf menu. You can create different shapes. You can navigate around by holding Alt on keyboard and left mouse click. Just try to use these tools and train to try to use shortcuts Q, W, and E and R, and holding right mouse click and just press the spacebar to see different view like perspective, frontal view.